By and large, Neil, this Jackfish lineup is patient. They don't strike out much. They walk a lot. They hit for power, and they steal bases. Kind of a threat everywhere you look. And for Ramon Henriquez, a guy who has that kind of stuff, pitchers like that are usually only as good as their ability to hit the strike zone, so that will be key in the early going in his debut.
Exactly. He's going to have to hit the zone and keep the corners moving as much as possible, too, because you don't want to make a mistake anywhere across the plate to these guys. You don't want to give the Jackfish an extra 90 feet here.
Henriquez is set. The 1-2 to Morello. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Ramon Henriquez has his first career IBL strikeout. Morello could not handle the high fastball.
He went chasing upstairs and couldn't come away with anything.
Decent hockey players in recent history.
That it has.
Ahead in the count, 1-0 here. Henriquez stares across at Wisner at third and then fires. And that one glances off Julie Vittini all the way to the backstop, and the Jackfish are going to get the game's first run.
Likely to be scored a wild pitch would allow the run will come home. And Jank Stanford's got a 2-0 count in his favor now.
So Henriquez threw it away on the pickoff move, and then Wisner scores on the play at the plate. Wild pitch, pass ball, whatever it ends up being. It definitely hit Vittini on its way to the back. Yeah, we've seen IBL front offices maximize that loophole when roster building this past winter. The 0-2 from Henriquez in there, strike 3. Barrett frozen by the off-speed pitch.
Gonna probably get the bullpen to settle down a little bit as we get a live look quickly down the line here. As well.
I have to feel like the way the Cardinals lineup was constructed last year played an impact on the way Duncan was pitched. He saw more pitches down and away than anybody else on the team. Nobody wanted anything to do with him.
Well, exactly. They would just, they'd wait till he came up in the order and just pitch around him as much as they could. And he draws a walk here with one away.
And that's the thing, when you pitch around him now, there's more threats in the middle of the order to try and bring him home.
Stepping up to the plate next.
The 1-2, Duncan on the move. Down and away, and the throw from Mullen tails off to the right. Tyler Duncan's got himself a stolen base.
Stolen base by Duncan. Puts himself in scoring position. Should Salaz will be able to make contact and touch the green here. We'll likely see him race home to tie this ball game.
We've seen Layer go to the breaking ball a lot in 2 strike counts in the early going here. Will he do it again? That last one missed. But he gets Salazzo swinging on the changeup, and that's your inning.
One left, nothing else.
So no runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. Cardinals trail the Welland Jackfish after 1-0.
Wreak havoc on the game at any moment. 2 strikes now on Mullen. The pitch from Workington. Popped in the air to right. Yoki Pena shading over to his left. He's back at the wall and he leaps up and it's gone. Well, the pitch from Layer.
Wow.
Called strike 3. What an at-bat there.
Froze Brown at the plate.
Mighty work.
He didn't have a choice there.
Yeah, I don't blame him for taking. He scored as the tying run on that Josh Williams walk-off hit. Tyler Duncan right behind him as the winning run. Reyes Cruz hits the first pitch on the ground and through the hole on the right side. It'll be a 2-out single.
Reyes Cruz doing his best to lobby for more playing time, even though with the impending arrival of Brendan Nickel.
For a 2-pitch guy, Layer's doing a pretty great job of keeping him guessing up there. He's not leaving much to assume when you only throw that many pitches.
Yeah.
Fastball, breaking ball against the righties, and then the changeup mixed in against the lefties. But he's mixing them up about as well as you can as Daly swings through that breaking ball offering.
1 hit, 1 left.
Strikeout on 3 pitches. And the Cardinals strand the 2-out single from Reyes Cruz. We are through 5. The Jackfish continue to lead 2-0. Telling Jackfish Chris Boato. The third and final lefty available out of that Cardinals bullpen is warming up as Marchese with an absolute bullet to right field. That one is way gone. My goodness.
And that's why the Jackfish got this guy right there. That power.
Those 2 runners on, Morello and Sanford. He hits it up the middle off Corey, and it rolls over to Reyes Cruz at second, and he's not going to have a play.
Okay. Connor Corey wanted that baseball back, a little angry with himself after that one.
Once upon a time, long ago, he was a Hamilton Thunderbird.
That he was. He gets this one on the right side. Great stop by Marchese. He's up with it. He'll step on the bag himself to win the foot race, and Salaz is retired on the 3 unassisted.
He's a lot of ground balls his way, Marchese has.
Yep. Stepping up to the plate, first baseman number 8, Josh Williams.
Corey steps off there. And are they going to call it?
Yeah, they are going to call the balk.
He did flinch before making the pickoff move to first. And the Jackfish are going to make it 5-0. So the count now 2-2 on Wisner. Swung on and missed strike 3. And Fernando Rodney's first IBL strikeout, 943 in the major leagues, and now 1 in the Intercounty Baseball League. With Rodney right now, it's just a matter of familiarity. A guy who's pitching as many big games as he has, nerves are not an issue.
No.
He can keep a steady heartbeat with the best of them. You can't be a closer in the big leagues for 17 years and not do that. Nevertheless, the 3-2 is high.
It's going to walk home a run. It's now 6-0 for the Jackfish.
So Rodney, the rocky start to his IBL tenure continues.
Been in the press box on Friday night, though.
Yeah. Pitch number 7 is waved out and missed by Sanford. Rodney pulls the string. I will never get over seeing that changeup.
No.
My goodness.
I'm going to have to text Jake about that one later.
Despite the bases being loaded. Rodney's delivery is hit in the air to center field, but Duncan and Pena converge on it. Duncan tracks it down, and the inning is over. So Fernando Rodney walks in a run, but dances around what could have been much worse additional damage.
For those of you scoring at home.
By contrast, this is a much less dramatic at-bat for Josh Williams in the bottom of the 9th than it was on Friday.
Yes, it is.
He delivered when the lights were brightest, yeah.
Still got a job to do, though.
Yep. Can't take an at-bat off. And Williams blasts this one to left field, hustling over his Barrett. He's under it, and in foul ground, he makes the catch. Just shy of the warning track, and that is your ball game.
That is actually Caleb Fueller's stake that made the catch out there and left.
Thanks, Neil, for correcting me before your stock came in.
No problems.
And on that note,
this afternoon's final score,
that wraps things up here this afternoon at Bernie Arbour. Final score, Welland 6, Hamilton nothing. The Jackfish ride a 6-inning shutout effort from Euclides Lyer, the former Chicago White Sox and Cincinnati Reds prospect, in his triumphant return to the IBL 6 years after his debut to a 6-0 victory. Dominguez and Mendez also contributing to this shutout effort. Home runs from Robert Mullen and Josh Marchese also played a part. And in the first game of the CHCH QEW Cup, the Jackfish take it. The Cardinals dropped to 1-1 on the season. The Jackfish improved to 2-0. And the next time both these teams are in action, will be right back up against each other, this time at Welland Stadium this coming Thursday. Following that, we will return here for our next edition of Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14 presented by Life Labs, as the Cardinals will play host to the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, who will be making the trip from out west for the first time this season.